I've never done a co-working stream, but ideally, I will have a timer set up. I've made sure everything works. I've never used it before, but it'll be okay. I'm hoping that that will be fine. I'll have a timer set up. I'll be here, you know, chatting. I'll try to keep it chill. I'll try to keep it chill. Let's all try to get stuff together or not. Honestly, if you don't, I'm not gonna make you, but I'm gonna, without further ado, I'm going to switch over here and let's just get started. Let's just get started. Okay, that is great. I will reset the timer in just a moment. Let me make sure this is, there we go. Okay, here we are, here we are. Everything good, everything in check. If there's any issues with the audio, any issues, please let me know. Please, please, please. Setting up was a nightmare. I had to reset like everything. But I'm here. Everything's okay now. Everything's okay now. Let me turn on the timer, give that little reset. The way I should have it in the I needed to adjust the description. Okay. I have it for 30 minutes. I think 2010. 2010 will be fine. 2010 will be fine. I think I've never done this before, so I think that'll be fine. Okay. Things will be all good. It should show. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Everything is kind of scuffed, but that is okay. That's gonna show on my end. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Wait. Alright, you know what? There's no way to do this where I can't, like, just show you it, so let's just adjust this. This is scuffed. That's okay. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Scuff setup. Honestly, this is a nightmare, but let's just get started. I have this. Honestly, I'm not the type of person to sort of be completely like I'll still definitely I'll still be chatting, but my goal is to try to figure out a kind of healthy medium where things are just kind of chill, and then I can switch to just chatting screen whenever it's time for the break, and then that's just full on yapping, nothing else to stop us. And I'm just very excited. As you can see behind me, all these layers are fucked. Honestly, thanks for coming in. I hope. I also have. I should have. I had a message where I could. You know what? I might have this. I don't. I do. The whole thing's scuffed. Here we go. I'm gonna pin this right here. Here are the commands. It's actually interactive. So I can do this. And it should show. It shows it 3 times, but you can see here, you have the tasks here. So feel free to add your own tasks as well. Once it is, you can just hit done and it will recognize it as well. Honestly, I was looking at quite a few options, trying to see, like, you know, what has the features I want, what has the everything, what's working well for me. And this one seems to be pretty nice, all things considered. But if I can find the sketch layer, there we go. I needed to get these emotes done. I really need to get them done. Most of them are almost done. They've been in a state of almost done for a little too long, a little forever. That's okay. This one especially is almost done, but I do have a couple others to get done. Sort of, I've been working really hard on catching up. I fell a little bit behind, and then my priority is just, you know, get things done, get a framework where it's harder to fall behind on things, and it's been working pretty well. And this is kind of the last step of things that I was supposed to get done quite a while ago that did not get done until now. So I'm just, you know, I hope we can work together. There were a couple methods to run this, a couple different ones. This one is actually hosted on my computer, which was kind of a bitch to set up. The setup was, I mean, most of the setup was just downloading a bunch of libraries, which I'm very used to using. I'm not used to using on Windows. So a couple hiccups here and there, but you know, it's set up. Everything is good. I'm just happy. I'm just happy about that. Honestly, When I say things were not working, I really mean things were not working. I was frazzled. I was the setup was not good. But, you know, I'm calming down. Things are okay now. I'm happy that y'all are here. It feels like it's been forever. It's only been a couple days, but it feels like it's been forever. So I'm happy. I'm happy to still be here. I'm happy to be back. This is kind of just, just like where it needs it. Like most of it's pretty done. This one was actually almost all good. It's just you can see like a couple places. There's gonna be more where I'm gonna be like adjusting kind of a little bit of everything. There'll be somewhere I'll be redrawing some parts entirely that I'm not too happy with, but this is my favorite that I made. I also have as well. Let me show it. Let me show it. I did not think they would accept this, but I did promise someone from chat that I would. For now, we have, I don't know how visible that is, but we have I can't draw a star for the life of me, so we have the world's worst star to ever be invented. I'm surprised that they accepted it. I uploaded it, went to bed, and then I wake up in the morning. I go to see, I get an email, and they're like, "Oh yeah, they approved it." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." I really thought that would be a little too low effort, but in my defense, I don't really know what else is there for the most part. Oh yeah, this is okay. It's just showing the 30. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. If it's just gonna show the 30, I'm gonna edit the. That is okay. Honestly, gets more done. Things are good. Things are good. Things are good. I'll try to make it a little more chill, but I'm always trying to just figure out, what is the right amount, what is too much. Here, it's nice. There's a little bit less pressure. I know one thing that definitely helps me is a lot of chatting. Especially I've watched VODs for coworking. I actually did not know it was a whole category on its own until yesterday. What in the world is going on? I did not know it was its own category till yesterday. And so, I find that out and it's like, oh, cool. This is a whole thing. Because I'd seen a couple here and there. I've had a lot of thoughts on what to me works well and what is something that doesn't really help me. And so I feel like the one way I know of things that could help someone get work done would be working from what I know, like what helps me. And I feel like having some chatting is definitely like, I've seen some VODs where they're like completely like fucking silent in the work portions and then only chat in the chatting portions, which to me is kind of like, that does not work. That does not work. Usually there'll be like, some background music, a little bit of other sounds, but like, it's not my vibe. It's not my vibe. It does not help me. And that's kind of what I have to work on. But I'm just happy. I'm just happy that everything's getting sorted, even though it's quite a mess. You know what? I'm gonna take a sip of my drink, get my head cleared. Holy shit. Okay, there we go. There we go. I was not. You come into something. There were tears in my eyes. I'm not gonna lie. There were tears in my eyes. Like, oh my god, everything broke. Everything broke. Everything broke. Kept restarting my computer. Kept resetting everything up. But, I mean, that's life. That's life. Sometimes life is not gonna be perfect, and you gotta roll with the punches. And that's kind of what today was. It's kind of what today was. But in any case, everything's like everywhere. But honestly, at this point, I don't care about layers. I just care about getting it done. I think most of it was pretty good, and it was just a couple. Like this one is definitely gonna be finished. And if anything, we get to hang out, we get to chill, and things will be improved. I was considering getting something new done, but I figured, there's enough to get done, and having another thing to clean up and stress me out is like not the greatest idea. But past couple while, I have been actually working on I've been trying to figure out how do I optimize what I'm doing to make it a lot easier. I have a lot of things scheduled for several days in advance now. So instead of, instead of working on something every single day, I've got several days, which has been honestly really, really useful. I'm no longer as stressed about it. It's easier to do it because now I know, like, okay, most of the time from now on, I won't have to if I really don't want to. Like, there'll be a point where I have to. But if I really just want to be like, okay, I want to work on this and then I want to fix this later, well, I already have a queue going. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. I woke up very rested. Like, okay, I have the next several days. I already have things scheduled. I don't need to like panic, like if I don't get as much done today, that's okay. If I get other things done, like that's okay. That's good. That's the whole point. So, I've had that done. I felt really bad about it. I will admit I completely abandoned my my main YouTube channel. Not because I wanted to, just because I was at a point where getting it done was just so overwhelming that I couldn't. And finally being able to now is like, all right, I feel like I can breathe. And then you would think like, oh, this would make things harder. But at the end of the day, it makes things easier because you're able to do more. It sucks sometimes, but you're able to do more if you kind of just... I think the hardest thing to learn as an adult is learning how to take a rest. You spend all this time sort of learning, how do I get this done? How do I complete normal adult tasks? How do I consistently do that? You spend so much time that eventually it just ends up being, you learn that and it's like, okay, great. But then you don't learn how to rest. And it's really difficult for me. And it's something I've been slowly learning. I feel like I am way too behind on being an adult, but honestly, that's okay. As long as I catch up and, treating everything like a race, it just gets less done at the end. Gotta get things done consistently and take lots of breaks. Which is why I'm excited for this. Hopefully I'll be able to stream for longer with this setup. Who knows? My thought was a couple times, because usually on Pomodoro method, there's a couple short breaks. I think it's like every 2 short breaks, you have a long break. And I was definitely thinking like, oh yeah, that would be a good thing to set up. 2 short breaks and a long break, yeah. And I was thinking, like if I have to like take a break, just like run quickly to, get myself together, refill my tea, anything like that. I can just have it done on the extra long break. So I think it'll work out. This will be a good strategy. And if not, honestly, learning experience for everyone. Learning experience. I don't normally do this. There's a lot of things I would like to try. And this is something where, even if I didn't figure out the specifics until literally last night. Even if I didn't figure out the specifics, I kind of just wanted to have it all set up. It's probably going to be like the chillest time I can do. At least for a little bit. But you know. Okay. There's something weird going on with this, but honestly, that's why I'm here. Make sure all the oddities are all good to make sure I can, submit this and then finally have some respite. Thank God. I actually have another video that's been in the works for a couple weeks. And it doesn't take that long. It's just the progress was not happening. It was happening extremely slowly. So I have one already halfway prepared, so I'm hopefully I can be committed to having a schedule where I have one every week, and part of that is, you know, if I get too overzealous and I do more than one, to not upload them in the same week, unless it's like something really, really small. Like, just don't do it. Don't do it. Even like the small things, I feel like I should probably hold off on a lot of them, so that worst case scenario, there's something. And then if I have like two small things, you know, you release one of them, like halfway through the week, and you just keep doing things like that, and I think that'll be fine. That's kind of what I've been working with. My original idea was, I had originally intended for sort of like my ending screen, my starting screen, all of that was just kind of reused art. That was a placeholder. Most things are a placeholder at the end of the day. And it's at the point where it's like, it's been long enough that I should have replaced something, but it's also been not that long. So I don't feel really bad about it. But I also feel terrible about it. Like, it's justified. Like, it hasn't been that long, but it's also like, you know, at this point, you should probably start replacing all your placeholder stuff. So that's kind of the benefit to catching everything up, is to be able to, especially things like, you know, like I would like to be able to do more original art and things like that. I'd like to do more pieces of art for different things, and it's kind of like, putting that in between the mountain of work in progresses that are like half done is, it's difficult. Difficult to say the least, but I'm happy. I don't know, I'll get things sorted. I feel like I'll have the yapping portion, and then I'll like level things out, and things will be all good. If it turns out that, you know, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. All the tools that I'm using to host this, I will say, like, I'm used to using them. I'm just used to using them, like, on Linux. There's a lot of it where it's like, I didn't even know you could, like, run this. I didn't know you could run the same commands. And then I look in the files, and it's like, oh yeah, this has the exact file structure of a Linux program. This has the exact Linux file structure. Okay, this is definitely just like a port. And you look at everything, it's like, yeah, this is a port. This is totally a port. That makes sense now. Because I'm used to working in the command line, but at the moment it's Windows, it's kind of like, oh god, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what's what. I don't know what's going on here. So it's nice. It's nice, but it's also unfamiliar territory, I feel. Oh my god, yeah, I definitely, you know what, I'm actually gonna, I swear to god, I'm literally just gonna start merging stuff, because I have no idea what is on what layer. So now everything that might be shadow, same layer. I can get this sorted. And then no. What? Okay. Something's happening. I feel like I'm losing my mind. What the fuck? Oh, of course it's on the bottom layer. Okay. Well, I merged most things, so it can be worked out. I merged most things. Let me make sure that the audio is up to scuff. I'm like, get paranoid. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I always set all my layers as, they're always a mess. I try not to, but I end up looking at them and it's like, what the fuck is going on here? What's happening? Why is anything doing this? What is? And so it's a struggle. It's a struggle, but you know, that's why I try to merge things. I'm trying to merge things. Is it working? Not really, but that's okay. Yeah, the thickness here is not up to scuff. Okay. I guess you could sort of consider this at the end of the day. Something, I guess chill. It's chill. This is the, something chill, something lower energy, something Not what I usually do, not what I'm used to doing, but I feel like this is also a learning experience, broadening my horizons. And also very convenient day to get freaked out over everything. But you know, yeah, that should be fine. That should be fine. Normally I would have a little overlay of exactly what I'm doing, even when it zoomed out, but it was not in the cards when I was setting it up. And also I forgot where the button was. So YOLO, it'll be fine. I don't think people say YOLO nowadays. I remember people used to say it all the time. There's a lot of slang that people used to say, and to me, it's like, oh yeah, that's like a normal thing people say. But then I think about it, it's like, damn, it's been like a decade. That's crazy. Where did the time go? Why aren't we still saying things like that? Because eventually society moves on, and you end up with new slang all the time. There's always new things. And you just never adjust. You think you'll adjust. You don't. I think that's just me I'm very slow at adjusting to a lot of things, I will say. Okay, I think this is definitely why you have different layers, but that's okay. I mean, it was getting kind of overboard. I could not find anything. I'll make do. I'll definitely make do. I have to just like eyedropper tool everything. That's what I gotta do. That's what I gotta do. Gotta treat it like it's all one layer, because it essentially is now. For most of it. Yeah, everything, do I know how to work with line thickness? Not really. Not really, at all. But, everything's a learning experience. A lot of the emotes I drew on stream, I'm honestly not the biggest fan of, so this is also a chance to fix up what I didn't like, make it into something I like more. And then, you know, if I end up replacing them like 8 months down the line, 8 months, 7 months, a pregnancy, you know, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. If 2 months is a fortnight, why don't we call a period of 9 months a pregnancy? Done that, and every single time I get weird looks. No one ever likes when I say that, but it's a valid length of time, and the average is 9 months. So my thought is, why not? Why don't we do it? I think we should. I think we should do things like that more. I think, like, a period to 9 months, I can just say, oh, that's the length of pregnancy and call it a day. Because at the end of the day, like, for a lot of them, yeah, it is. It is. Although, I mean, it's not like we say fortnight in the term of length of time anymore either. Which is a shame. It's a really nice word. I just think we've moved past needing such oddly specific words, because we'll just specify if we need it, but it is a shame at the end of the day. I feel a sense of longing for what could have been. I say as if that's the thing I used, but one can hope. One can always hope. I can hope and dream that people use it. And also, language evolves as we continue on with it. So, you know, maybe we can start a movement with the kids of today, and we can get them to say fortnight in the length of time. And, you know, we can have more phrases. We can have a pregnancy for 9 months. We can have a fortnight for 2 months. I really needed more examples to make this funny, but I don't. Those are just the two I have. What's like another length of time? Did not make sense. I guess you could call a year a Pokemon release cycle. That feels like it's stretching it though. That feels like it's stretching it, but they all release like November, I think, once a year. I think that's how it goes. I think, honestly, I have not paid attention to a new game in quite a while. I played a little bit of Sword and Shield because like my brother bought it. I didn't touch Scarlet and Violet, and now I have like no idea what's out. I have no idea. Most of the Pokemon games I've played have been 3DS and DS was really my era. 3DS especially. I have a lot of them. I've been playing Pokemon White for quite a while, and I've been thinking like, oh, like it would be nice to be able to play some of the ones that are actually my favorite later on. Even if things take a while, even if things take, you know, forever. I think it would be nice. I think it would be a good thing to do. My favorites are actually not the mainline games. If I say anything like, oh, I haven't played a Pokemon game in a while, it's just the mainline games. I've played the spin-offs. My favorite is actually the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. I love those. I've always loved those. I own 2 of them, and they're quite fun. I used to own a third, but I lost it as a kid in a hotel room in Niagara. And you're not getting that back. You're not getting that back. I specifically remember it's there because I also lost my Pokewalker from Arcold. And that, I know I was upset about it. To this day, it's like, I mean, it's been years. It's been like a decade. I'm not upset about it anymore, obviously. It'd be a weird hang up to have. But sometimes I just wonder what could have been. I wonder if I would have... Because I remember I was right up until, like... I had beaten the Elite Four. I was just on the last portion of it, I think, where you beat... I don't know, I think you beat either... I think you beat, like, Blue or whatever. Whatever that last battle is. You might beat Red. But whatever that last battle was on the mountain, I got all the way up to there. And that's where I stopped off. But, you know, who knows? Okay, things are going along nicely. Okay. I have no idea why it's like the 3. Honestly, I can, if possible, I could totally adjust that. But that's for later. That's for later. You know. I think putting, I don't know, my whole ass out into working on things. I think I'm tired. Today, I'm just tired. I've been trying to catch up, and like I caught up, but now I'm like, okay, I'm exhausted. I'm more exhausted than I thought I would be. So, you know, I'll stream all I can, and then afterwards I'll probably just, whenever I finish, I'm probably just gonna not, like, I'll try to get the VOD up on YouTube, and then after that, it's kind of like, whatever happens, happens. I'm not too upset about that. Okay. Yeah, I think it's pretty alright. I think it's mostly done. This should be pretty good, all things considered. Yeah, that's where I know there was some that was like scuffed. It's just figuring out like where is this scuffed, you know. That's always the hard part. That's always trying to figure it out. But in any case, it's scuffed. Everything's scuffed. Yeah, it's definitely things like this. That's just why I went to adjust them. Okay. Honestly, this was already mostly done. There's things beyond this that are, honestly, after this time, I'm gonna switch to another one. After the yap session in a couple minutes, I'll switch to another one, because this is like, if there's anything else to be done, I can get it done in like, I don't know, 20 minutes on my own time. And normally I say like, okay, I can get it done on my own time, but like this was actually almost done on my own time. So, lineart, messy, nightmarish. It is how it goes. It is how it goes. Here we go. I think. I'm just like looking at that timer like, oh shit, I better not miss it. That would be bad. That'd be really bad. Hopefully not. Hopefully they'll be fine. Hopefully things will all be good. Yeah, I think that's pretty... Yeah. But yeah, I had a little bit down here that was kind of a mess. It does take me forever to clean up my liner, honestly. No matter what method I do it, no matter whether or not I'm cleaning up a sketch and using that as liner, or I'm like doing it separately entirely, it still takes me forever. I think a lot of that is just, you learn with practice. Practice, eventually you get better. And things get better and things get all good. And you don't have to worry about that. But that's something you need to put in the hours for. That's always the hard part, right? That's always the hard part. I think the next timer, I think if I refresh it, it'll probably be 2010. And then that will be better. Yeah, I think that'll work fine. I think that'll work better. We're almost there. We're almost there. If you are working alongside me, it's almost break time. It's almost break time. Very exciting. Very exciting. Very hype. I am looking forward to it. Let's get the last of it done. There are things messy and wonky, but this means that I can upload this. Literally, if I wanted to, I could upload this today. If I really like put in the extra like 20 minutes to look after it. To fix up like some line thickness, some like, there's still some shaky lines. I think the next one needs a lot more adjusted. I think I ended up like emailing it to myself. But that's fine. Okay. Almost. Yeah, the star needs some work, but I love how the moments it's like, oh, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I see like the everything that needs to be fixed. And it's like, dear Lord. Okay. All right. That's great. That's wonderful. So we are on. Ta-da. It's break time. It should work here too. It should work. It should work. Oh, why is this a different metric? What the fuck? Okay. That's weird. That's really weird. Okay. So we'll have this. If I have to do it from the screen the whole time, that's okay. That's really weird. I did not expect that. What's going on here? Hello. I have a coworking catch-up stream. Yeah, let's I'm hoping things are supposed to be kind of just chill, but honestly, my entire setup broke before the stream. But hi, welcome in. The overlay is a lot, but it's the one that had everything that was working out. I looked at a lot of things. But right, break section. Actually had. Welcome to the chat. Oh my god. I hope the whole goal is kind of just co-working, getting work together. Honestly, also just like catch up. Everything has been, I've been behind on everything, and also I normally do Thursday art streams, but everything I'm not able to make Thursday, so that it's the sort of compromise. It's a compromise. I did actually have one thing that I was gonna bring up is so last night I ended up getting a wedding invite. I've never been invited to a wedding in my life. I've never been to a wedding. I have no idea how they work. I have no idea what goes on there. I know next to nothing. I know a little bit about like, oh yeah, this usually happens in movies and things like this, but actually attending a wedding is very new. And so it's like, oh my god, like I really want to support my friend. Like, of course, like I would love to be there. And then it ends up being, I end up looking it up. I end up looking on the RSVP, the invitation, seeing what's up, what's the whole deal here. And I checked the transit because I've never heard of the city it's in. It's not possible. I am physically incapable of making it there because I do not drive. I don't drive. And it's like, oh, well, maybe I can just like take a train to the nearest city and then I can walk. I can't do that. 5-hour walk from the closest major city. So I'm freaking out. I'm like, holy shit, like, is this gonna ruin my entire friendship? Like, are these years of friendship just like gone to waste because I can't attend their wedding? Like, how does this work? What the fuck is happening here? And so I'm like freaking out. I make a bunch of phone calls to people like, what the fuck do I do? What is the socially accepted answer here? Like, what? I literally cannot make it, and it's like too far to call an Uber or something. It is a lot. Yeah, it is. I end up making a bunch of phone calls today. Like, what the fuck do I do? How do I make it? I end up I do have another friend that is a guest. I'm actually friends with the maid of honor. And I know because she told me like a month and a half ago. And so I end up calling her up. And I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry. I just got a wedding invite. I know you heard about it like a while ago, but like I just got the invite last night. And I looked up where it is and I don't know if I can go. Like, can you drive me? Like, I can pay for like gas or whatever. It's an electric vehicle. I don't know what the fuck to call it, but I can pay for whatever it is. Just if not, no worries. I'll try to figure it out. But if this is okay, please, 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 please drive me. Please drive me. I have no way of making it here. She's like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like, literally, it's one seat in my car. You're fine. You're fine. And it's like, thank God. Thank God. I was stressing out. I was like, I'm gonna ruin my entire friendship over a fucking wedding invite, which is a common thing. I feel like this is a common thing. I feel like it kind of makes some people realize like, oh yeah, this is who my friends are. And some people will just, there's a lot of heightened emotions going on up there. So it's not something I've really wanted to temper with. So I'm just thankful it's not for a couple months. So I really didn't have to worry, but it's good to have things in motion now. And also, especially asking the maid of honor, like if things fall apart and like I can't do the carpool, there's a lot more happening there. Like it's not on me to have that sort of emergency. There's a lot more going on there. So I feel pretty confident about that. Cause I know I'm not good with like social rules and things like that. I have no idea how this even works to begin with. This is like new to me. This is like, holy shit, right? I am an adult. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, I'm gonna have to start doing adult things. And like, you know, you pay your bills, you pay your rent, you buy groceries, whatever. But like, it doesn't really hit you until things like that. And it's like, oh, my friends are hitting milestones I never expected a friend to have. That's crazy. So I'm glad that's all working. Hopefully it's fun. I've always kind of envied people who go to weddings because it's like, oh, that sounds kind of fun actually. No one in my family's married. No, absolutely no one. There might have been a couple marriages, like grandparents, but like they're kind of dead. So I'll still count that as no one in my family's married. Technically, currently married, no one, absolutely no one. I have grandparents I don't even know of. Maybe they were married, maybe they weren't. Honestly, not my business. My entire childhood, I actually thought my grandparents because I knew two of my grandparents. I knew the Anglophone grandparents, but the Francophone grandparents I never met. And the Anglophone grandparents, like I saw them all the time, you know, they would bring us a ton of sweets, like they'd come over, like every weekend, you know, they'd be over constantly, you know, we'd have a little chat, it'd be kind of chill. And I really thought they were together because like I feel like everyone thinks like, oh yeah, of course my grandparents are together. I think I was like 12. My mom had to break the news to me like, oh no, they haven't been together since I was a kid. No, they're just besties. And I'm like, what? My grandparents aren't together? What? What do you mean? So it turns out they've been besties for like my entire life since like before I was born. And like they've literally like been dating other people since before I was born. Like they're just besties. I, as a kid, just always thought like, oh yeah, like they're my grandparents. Of course they're together. Of course they're together. I don't even think they were married. I think they just had like a breakup and then moved on. And they're just like, oh wait, oh my God, you make a really good gambling buddy. So they go to the bingo hall together. To this day, they're at the bingo hall together like every single month. Honestly, aspirational friendship. Not like partners, but aspirational friendship. I adore that. I really adore that. So no one in my family's married, so I don't know how any of this works, but I feel like I'm gonna end up doing research. I'm gonna like ask people like, hey, your parents are married, right? Your parents are married. What can you like ask what you do in a wedding? Like what is the sort of responsibility as a guest? Like have you ever been to a wedding? Like things like that. Honestly, if any of y'all know anything, I don't know, like it's for months. I have time. But you know, I'll figure that out. I'll figure that out. I'll pull out the old formal wear, buy some other things. It'll be chill. I'm not too worried. I'm just like, oh my God, I was so stressed about that. That's not for months and months down the line, but it's kind of like, oh yeah, like I kind of have to say yes or no to that. Wow, crazy. It would be kind of nicer if it was like in a month, because then I could just, then I wouldn't have to worry about like, oh, what if we're tense for the next several months? What if we're just sitting here and every time we hang out and like we're with a mutual friend and there's like this huge tension going on? I was straight up panicking. I was like, am I gonna have to avoid them for the next 4 months? And then I got a bunch of texts like, hey, Victor, don't fucking do that. That's the stupidest thing. And I'm like, okay, cool. I have no fucking idea what to do. But that's fine, God, there's a lot of fucking social events I've been invited to. I need to get on a response to, I got invited to a fishing trip. I've never been fishing in my life. I hope it's very far. I hope it's very far from here. Because you cannot catch the fish here. And I'm so upset. Like, if I go fishing, I want to eat the fish. I've never been fishing. And it's like, God, I don't care. I want to eat the fish in Lake Ontario. I know it's not safe. You can't do it. But oh my God, I want to do it so bad. I want to eat them. What's the point if I'm not eating it? So hopefully if I say yes to that trip, hopefully it ends up being, you know, somewhere up north or something. Like, you know, we take a really big, long bus. We go to another city entirely. We take a bus in that city. I hope the transit is so long because I want to eat the fish. I'm going to be so upset if I can't eat the fish. That's... Okay, you know what? Oh God, it's that time again. It's that time again. Dear Lord, we no longer have our fun. I mean, we still have chatting time. Why is it 25 minutes? It's 25 minutes now. I feel like it would be funny if it just like ever decreased. I'm fine. I'm chilling with that. I'm going to change the... It now says 25 minutes. I'm just going to work with that. I'm not going to fix that. This was a nightmare. Setup was my nightmare. Setup is always my nightmare. Sometimes you feel like you're living a nightmare and, you know, that's okay. That's just how it goes. That's how it goes. I actually had other ones too. Oh God, where the fuck was it? Cool, you can't see my files. Awesome, amazing. I actually had more to fix up. This one I think is fine enough. This is gonna be a piece of work. This is, I think, the second one. I think. This is definitely like, I'm going to literally rework the entire eyes. I'm not happy with this. I'm honestly just really happy for the chance to be like, okay, everything's fucked. How do I fix this? How do I make this no longer fucked? And I think that's kind of gonna be the goal. I'm just happy that it's working out. But I don't even know what kind of local fish we have in this province. I have no fucking idea. It's not like I looked up, but also I feel like there's less of an incentive to look it up because I think it's more fun just finding out as you go along. Like, whatever fish I catch, I catch. If it is somewhere where the water is super polluted, like, I feel like I should probably ask that as a question. I should probably hit my brothers up like, hey man, where is the fishing trip? Can I eat the fish? Please, can I eat the fish? Please? Because I'm gonna be pissed. What is the point? There's no point other than that. You're just like, catch and release feels cruel to me. I don't vibe with it. But, like, I know it's not that big of a deal, like, people have been doing that for a long time, but, like, catch and release, no, I can't get behind it. I can't get behind it. I feel like I'm gonna be committing a massive, I would say crime, but, like, worse than that. Like, I feel like I'm going to be committing a grave sin if I end up catching and releasing. I don't even know how to fish. I don't know how to fish. My eternal dream has been for a while. I have many dreams, but one of my dreams has been like, dear God, I just want to have like the fishing trips people talk about, you know, like let's get the boys all together and let's have a fishing trip. I yearn for that. I've never been invited to one of those. I mean, I was invited to one with my cousins. I think I was like 16. I ended up being invited to a fishing trip. And I was like, oh yeah, like I would love to. That'd be amazing. And then last minute, they're like, nuh-uh. Sorry, we're having an adults only kind of moment. Turns out it's because they were smoking weed the whole time. But like, goddamn, my one chance at fish, and it's been torn away from me. I just want fish. I don't care what the fuck you're doing. Let me fish. Let me in. Let me in on your fishing trip. Like, they're like, oh my God, We're gonna fish together. It's gonna be so fun. We're gonna buy you a fishing rod. You're not gonna have to pay a cent. We're gonna have so much fun. We're gonna fish in waters where you could eat the fish. We're gonna fish several hours away from the city. It's gonna be amazing. And then they're like, nuh-uh, I know you're excited for that, but nuh-uh, not for you. Not for you. Your cousin that's like 2 years older than you, yeah, he can come. He can come. That's fine. You? Nuh-uh. Banned. You are no longer allowed on the fishing trip. Like, what the fuck? Why even invite me? So, I'm excited for that. Hopefully it goes through. Knowing them, no idea. But that's my hope. That's my hope. I mean, I think I like most fish. I think it should be fine. If it's like whitefish, then it should be fine. My opinion is that most of the fish I've had has been like the cheapest fish fillets money can buy, or I've had sushi. I've had not a lot of sushi, mostly just grocery store sushi, but I've had enough to know some of my tastes. I've been to all you can eat a couple times. Absolute blast, would recommend. But I will say my humble opinion, the best sushi money can buy, white tuna. Hands down, it's buttery, it's smooth. If you're eating sushi, white tuna, go eat some, go eat some. And then the worst fish known to man is salmon. First time I ever had sushi, it was salmon. It was like not restaurant, but like takeout place at the mall salmon. And like I've tried it a couple times and I've never liked it. So I know it's not just that place. But I had never tried fish ever at that time. Because my family doesn't eat fish. No one in my family eats fish. I'm the only one that actually eats seafood. No one grew up on. The only person that grew up on fish, was the kind of person where it's like, oh yeah, tuna salad sandwich for school every day, and then if Grandpa gets his paycheck in, we might have ham. You know, that was. So that's like half the reason. Half the reason is like shellfish allergies. So like the good kind of fish that she would have eaten, she didn't, you know, it could kill her. So no one in my family eats fish, so I didn't grow up on it. But salmon, I ate it and I thought, oh man, I guess I really hate fish. Turns out, no, I actually quite like fish. Salmon's kind of disgusting. Okay. There's something with that angle that's like devious. Oh no, it's not. I'm not vibing with that. The devious angle. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good. I think with the, you know, I did say a little bit, like, oh god, 30 was too long. Perhaps 20 would be fine. Honestly, I actually have a very limited amount of controls that are not literally on the stream, which is weird, but there were some other options that I could have used. They either did not have the whole integration thing, which I mean, I might as well just... Actually, this is not... I feel like this is in the category of like pretending to work, but like, hold on, that's the wrong one. I should be able to. God, it's gonna suck, sorry. Give me a minute. Apologies. And then, if anyone puts it in the chat, I will put it back on. I feel like that should clear things up. That should make it look a little better. The moment someone puts it in, I'll put it back on. I will put it back on. It's fine. There were a couple things that either did not have that, and were kind of like a mess to set up, or there's one everyone uses, but it's like, it's paid. And I've never done a coworking stream. Like, that's even though it's not much money, it's still a lot of money to put in for something you've never done before. Even if it is like, I don't know, like probably $4 after conversion. Probably, I think. It's not much, but you know. Okay, these eyes, I'm not happy with. I'm not happy with at all. Okay. God, I'm thinking like, what the fuck am I gonna do to this? I think definitely already. This is too large. And then I think it's the highlights specifically. The highlights are... It's not my vibe. I'm not fucking with this. I do not fuck with these highlights. So I think the first order of events in fixing this up is... I mean, making the pupil a bit smaller and then the highlights. fixing that, I think I can make this look good. I think. At least better than when it was originally drawn. I think. I'm not... Yeah, I think I can improve this. I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, I've been yapping a lot for the... I mean, this is yapping coworking stream. It's me. It will be. But I'm gonna take a sip, so no yapping for like 5 seconds. You wanna know how the setup was? Sign of the setup of how it went. I have 2 cups of tea here. They're not even the same kind of tea. Like, I literally have 2 separate glasses. Because I was supposed to drink one at... I was supposed to drink one of them an hour and a half ago. And it's like, okay, you know, so you have some liquid in you, some caffeine, whatever. And then the other one is like, okay, like this is actually, there's no milk in here. It's caffeine free. Like, this is gonna help your throat. I didn't finish the first one, and the second one is definitely cold. So, that's, you know, that's life. That's life. Sometimes tea time is cold and sad, but that's fun. What the fuck is the... Oh, it's on... Oh my god, they're on the same layer. Okay, alright, amazing. Wow. So... I don't think I've ever had the layers be all good and alright. I've been working on a new model, and trust me, I'm still on the art. I've not finished the art portion, and already still I've had things where it's like, oh yeah, I spend a good 20 minutes drawing something. And then I have to start all over because it's basically intertwined with the rest of it, and it's like, oh, this isn't separated. This is on the wrong layer. And sometimes you can just kind of fix that real quick, but things like this, you just kind of have to color over it or like restart. I've had issues with that. Yeah. But that's fine. It'll get done eventually. That's part of like, oh god, catch up would be really good because then I can start on fun projects. I can actually continue the fun projects. And that's the goal. I get enough of a backlog that's like, okay, cool. I can actually spend some time on my fun projects. It's not all just like, it's not all Joe over. Sometimes we're Joe back. I don't think you're supposed to say it like that. But sometimes we can be Joe back. Sometimes you can be so Joe back. And I'll be fine. Like the former president. I will say. I feel like it must be interesting living in the States knowing that like the everything is like, I mean, for a while, like, my dad would watch politics like it was the Super Bowl. That was his Super Bowl. He'd be here, like, every couple of years, like, oh my god, it's on. What are they gonna say now? What's gonna be next? He was reacting to it like a sports fan, and that is eternally fascinating for me. I'm kind of happy for him. Bro really loved it. Okay, I think, yeah, like, the difference already is... That's better. Yeah, I'm not mad about that. I think this can be fixed. Things can get better. That's always good advice to live on. But it can get better. I do wonder, are y'all actually working? If not, that's fine. That's fine. I just get curious. I wonder if people who watch coworking streams, I wonder how many of them are actually like, oh yeah, I need something to work on. And some people are like, oh my god, vibes. I'm here for the vibes. I do wonder. But that is just my infinite curiosity. Okay, that's kind of fucked. Here we go. That should be better. Yes. Better. Yes. Better. I think. Okay. No. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. It's all good. Yeah, that's already... I think even smaller. This should be even smaller. I think kind of moving that in, I think that was part 1 of the issue of how the eyes were. And I mean, I think I've just gotten better at drawing eyes than this. Or maybe I was just having a day. It could be either or. I never really know. I always wonder whenever I return to something that I drew a while ago and I go to check in on a previous, I guess I go to check in on a work in progress. I'm always like, what's going on here? How did this be? How did this happen? This doing that. I always wonder, like, how did this come to be? How is this happening? I get curious. What was going on through my head at this point that I thought these eyes were satisfactory when they're not? It's good to believe in yourself, but sometimes there was not much to believe in. Okay, I think. Alright. The one thing I've just kind of been really fucking with is, you know what, I want to keep the topics I'm going to yap endlessly on about I want to keep it chill, and then I want to like absolutely ramble my ass off in the talking break segments. I think this is a vibe, but I got a lot done yesterday, and then I ended up, I kind of crashed, but like I got to play a new game that came out. So I'm like, that was really fun. I've been waiting for it for years, and it's finally out, and I'm like, oh my god. But in case, because this is technically the intention is to work together. So I think I'll keep it chill. Before then. I'm not gonna betray you so soon. Okay, I think that. Where else do I want to have the highlight? Here? Is that fine? Does that look? Or do I want it here? This is my. Oh, that's. I was gonna say like that's too close, but actually that's kind of a vibe. I don't mind that actually. Okay, I can work with that. I might actually treat this like. I think I will treat this like a character creator. And sort of just, I do this, and then I can just take another brush and I can like erase over some of it, lower the opacity, and it'll work out. I think that's the vibe. Because sometimes you can even like adjust the position of the highlights. Some of them you can adjust the colors. Some of them let you do fucking everything. And I love those. The more customization, the better. I mean, I feel like there's a point where it's like, okay, this is, the way in which you're doing it is kind of clunky. I feel like there's a lot, like, it takes me 2 hours to make one guy. And like, sometimes that's fun, but sometimes that's also like, 2 hours to make one guy is a lot. Really depends on your vibe, but that is something I do quite like, is having that level of customizability. In general, the more customizability, the better. Okay, that's a little shallower. Yeah, I actually don't mind that. I think looks good. Oh my god. Okay. Whoa. I'm kind of tempted to just like copy paste the eyes. Like at least the coloring. I'm kind of tempted. All right, let me make this look. I'm going to make this eye look really, really good so that I can just decide whether or not I want to do this by hand or whether or not I just kind of want to copy it over. I think I'm probably going to copy it over, but in that case, I mean, I'm going to need this figured out, right? I'm going to need this all finished. Okay, that is too much, but that's okay. I can take my little other color and I can just start coloring over. And then bam, it's lighter. Now it's like a proper highlight. The world is healing. Everything's good in life. We're so back. We're so Joe back. Okay. Yeah, I think that's... And then I take this and I think darkening it around the edges is going to make it look even better. I think I've got everything sorted out. I'm happy. I'm content. I feel this is freedom. This is what freedom truly is. I feel so blessed. Okay. That's... Yeah. Yeah, oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna merge this down. And then I'm gonna just take that. And I'm gonna just... it is what it is. It is what it is. Is this cheating? Depends on who you ask. But I feel like it's a good pro strat. I mean, I'm still gonna have to adjust to make it look good, but oh yeah, this is gonna end up need to be adjusted a lot. But yeah, this works out. I have not realized how uneven the eyes are, but that's fine. All right, that's fine. I'm not too concerned. Yeah, maybe this is cope, but I truly believe it's not that big of a deal if things are kind of wonky. I believe. Trust in the process. Trust in the process. You have to believe as well, or the magic doesn't work. If no one believes, well then the art just kind of turns out mid. It's kind of like when you go to the it's kind of like maid cafes. You know, like the magic isn't going to do anything, but I truly believe that if you believe in it, the food will taste better because it was made of love. I feel like there's a lot of appeal in maid cafes, is that your food gets made of love. I was supposed to go, I told myself I was going to go to one like a while ago. There was a pop-up one that college was running. And then the day comes and like, it's one of those days where it's like, you're just struggling to get out of bed. And it's like, okay, well, it's not like it's going to be another year till it runs. So I'm a little frustrated that I didn't go, but it's also like, you know, they run it every year. I'll get my chance. Someday, I will get to go to the lovely, amazing maid cafe. And it'll be good. I feel kind of upset that there used to be a maid cafe in Toronto. And it shut down way before I had the opportunity to go. It shut down all the way in 2018. I didn't even know it existed, but I was especially upset looking back at it like, oh my god. I was in high school. I was still in high school. I would not be allowed to take the trip to go. It's, you know, sad, but that's life at the end of the day. Yeah, okay. That's better. I think already this is looking better. Oh shit, well, I've got most of the working time already. Oh my god. I guess I really locked in. This was my lock-in time. I really locked the fuck in on this one. Hell yeah. I'm happy. And then we gotta lock in even more. We gotta lock in and we gotta make it look good. Everything to make it better to actually be able to upload these. Thank God. Please. Someday it'll be fixed and things will be okay. Someday. Alas. I heard of this. Part of the reason why I wanted to try this at least once was because it's like, oh yeah, like I've had some of these really help me. And so, you know, not very often, but like once in a long time, I think it would be kind of cool to get this done. Like maybe once every couple months, it can be a thing where I take a day. I have a co-working setup and I run all this and things are good. Things are chill. It's very chill. So if I'm tired, it can work out. No big deal. It's nice, chill time. And then everyone gets to get things done. And then, I think that would be nice. I think I feel like I could improve a lot on this, but for now, I mean, it wasn't going to be ideal either way today. That's fine. Okay. Oh my god. We have 2.5 minutes until the mega yap session. I have to lock in. I have to lock the fuck in. I must get this all sorted and done. My time is almost here. It'll be okay. Everything will be okay. Almost. Okay. These eyebrows are they're inverted. Why did I do that? I think I'm gonna redo this entirely. I think that's my vibe. So, no nose for the next little bit. Regularly scheduled no's will return shortly. But for now, I feel like I could do it right now. It would be wise to do it right now, but I noticed other things. I could put a nose on right now. I could. Or I could wait. I could wait, and maybe it would be like satisfactory if I waited. Maybe then it would build anticipation. Why am I describing that like edging? That's not the that's not the vibe. That's not the vibe. But okay, you know, I'm not gonna. I feel like that edging joke was like as soon as I was like, oh yeah, like building up anticipation, so that it can be better. Oh yeah, like edging. As soon as I said that, it's like, okay, I think this is what I needed in order to actually put this back on. Regularly scheduled nose has returned. There we go. Sorry if anyone's an edging enjoyer. I'm sorry. To everyone that hates it, you're welcome? Question mark? There was no solid way to land that. Okay. Yeah, I think the nose needs shading. Of course. It's just gonna be like a nothing nose. Like, I think there was like a guy in like Star Wars or something that looked like this. But that's okay. So here it is. The nose will... You just gonna have to witness the nose for the next 10 minutes. Hi. Break time? It's break time. No new work will be done until that timer goes on. We are back in another yap session. Okay. So, one thing that just hit early release, which I've been like, oh my god, for real. Pair Lives, which is a contender to The Sims, which is great because The Sims, I will spend like 4 hours in Create a Sim and like the build mode, and then I will not play the actual game because the actual game kind of sucks. And I have seen alternatives, but the alternatives, there was one that was worse than The Sims. It was a nothing game. There was nothing there. But that wasn't intended to be. But Pair Lives is out, and I haven't gone to the gameplay like a little bit. I also like, before I realized it was 4 in the morning, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go to bed. Oh shit, it's bedtime. Oops, goodbye. I did try it, and a lot of it's actually really nice. The controls are seamless, good. I can kind of just like the mouse. You can do it all one-handed, and like. It works. It's fun. The controls are really good. The options are like, some of them are really silly, but like all the options are really good. Especially the build mode is really where I was like, I've never had this much fun building a house. So that was, I'm happy. I hope they do good. Honestly, I've been waiting for years for it because I feel like The Sims was like kind of the one person doing it good, that anytime someone was like, oh yeah, we're gonna make an alternative, it was like hype. Everyone would look out for it. And then if the alternative was kind of mid, then, you know, people would move on and they'd be like, oh yeah, we still need an alternative. Like, that would still be a thing that would be good. So to actually have an alternative to The Sims out now is just, I'm happy. I'm really happy that they ended up doing it. Because it's been in early access for like, what, at least 5 years? Or not early access, but like development for at least 5 years. And for it to turn out and like already, like some of the things are so good, and it's, the whole game's not even fucking ready. There's a lot of things that aren't even fucking ready, and the game is already this good so far. I'm happy. I'm excited to see what the actual meat and bones of it's gonna be. I just kind of had my, I just had my little guys. I had one of them just read a shit ton of books, and one of them just read a bunch of romantic fan fiction. And then I was like, oh, it's 4 a.m. I gotta go to bed. So, I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully it'll be good. But also, I open The Sims and all I fucking do is make houses and I make Sims. And that's all I fucking do. I would play the gameplay sometimes and I'll be like, this isn't really my vibe, and I'll like close it. In my defense, it's because it's the fucking Sims 4. It's The Sims 4. I don't like it. The creative sim is really good when you have a shit ton of mods. You know, we're talking. I've literally had a 40 gigabyte mod folder before. I think it's gone larger. I think I've had it larger than that. I think I lost that mod folder. I do remember losing it. I might have it on a hard drive tucked somewhere, but the mods are gonna be so outdated that not worth the time filtering it out. But I did definitely have a 40 gigabyte mod folder at some points. So you know, my Sims were looking good. They were looking good. The people who always make the super realistic Sims, kind of amaze me because a lot of those, I mean, I think a lot of them need like shaders and things to look good in game, and I've never really set that up. But most of my Sims playing time has been on a PC that was good in that was mid in 2014, and then years later, it's not good. It can't run shit. There's a lot of things I couldn't run, so my graphics settings are really bad. And now that I can play graphics settings on high, I mean, I can, but like a lot of them still don't look that great. But I think a lot of them are using like reshade and things like that to make it look good. But also, it's really interesting to like, you know, you're looking for Sims mods and it's like, okay, here's like a normal shirt. It's just like a recolor, whatever. And then you click on the next one and it's like, here's Nicki Minaj. We detailed everything about her. You can literally zoom inside her nostrils. We put that much work into the texture. This is photorealistic Nicki Minaj. You ever need that? You ever need that on your Sims? Well, you do now. And a bunch of things like that. And it's really interesting to see. It's not the way I play, but it just fascinates me. It really does. It really does. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to seeing how that goes. I'm especially, God, the character creator is actually really nice as well. There's a lot of options that are like, let's go, because the more options you have to make your character, the better in most cases. And you know, it took me like a couple minutes to figure out the control schemes, but also I didn't like look at the controls or anything. I'm just like, you know, I'm just gonna go on and do this. And it took me a little bit to figure it out, and then it was good. And it's like, okay, these are actually nice. The build mechanics are like nothing else. It is, if you have, I feel like this is probably a more niche use case, but if you have ever played a 3D arrow game, one of the ones that are super customizable, and you've gone on to the character creator, and the entire like one-handed mouse controls, that's what the build mode is. It is seamless, it is good. I fuck with it heavy. And so, you know, like I'm trying to figure out how the build mode works, and I'm like, I'm just pressing some things on my mouse, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is arrowgate controls. Cool. It might be in other things, but what have I played that's had a character creator that has been that good and has been 3D? Not much. I know there's character creators in some things. Like I played like 30 minutes of Baldur's Gate and then forgot it existed. I need to get into that. I only started it because, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know anything about it. I started it because y'all ever have some games where you just started it because one of the characters was so hot, and that was your motivation, that was your entire reason to do that? Asterion. That was why I did do it for Asterion. I was wondering what the fuck is up with my model, and I just realized, wait, my laptop height is not what it was supposed to be. Oops. Okay. If you hear some movement, my condolences. I'm sorry. Actually, I can do that in 2.5 minutes. Okay. I'm just gonna crouch down. My posture's gonna be terrible for the next 2 minutes. I didn't realize. Oops. I don't own a laptop stand. Like, I have a little cooling stand that I have never actually used for cooling. I've never plugged it in. It's just kind of, it has a bunch of holes. So I just kind of use it. I put my laptop on top of it on regular use. And the many holes in the stand kind of mean that it's more airflow. And also my laptop has like the most holes I've ever seen on a laptop. Like, the ventilation goes crazy. There's ventilation ports everywhere on this thing. So I normally keep it on that stand. But I just stack some books on it. I stack some old books on it. There's usually like cookbooks under there. Usually like I got a couple of cookbooks from estate sales. So usually. I will say, I do have a story about that. I was gonna say fun fact, but I do have a story about that. So the thrift store near me as a kid, you know, as a young teenage anime fan, you find out where every single thrift store has their manga section, because when you go and look for manga, you find out where it is. And sometimes they're good. They're rarely good. Sometimes you'll find a hit and it'll be like, here's Death Note Volume 7. I literally think I own Death Note Volume 7. I'm not gonna look. But sometimes like, you know, here's Death Note, but it's Death Note Volume 7 and something random. Sometimes it'll be the weirdest shit. You'll go in the back and it's like, wow, that's a plot and a half. However, the one I usually bought them from, because it had the best combination of selection and price, because there's one of them that had better selection, but the price was absolutely abysmal. The price was, for a thrift store, nah, when you're a teenager, like that fucking $7 for a thrift store manga is a lot. That's like half the price of a fucking manga before tax. But they put it in the children's section no matter what it was. So, you know, you'd go in and it's like, there's Death Note in the section for little kids. That's a little funny. However, I bought a shit ton of BL and yaoi from that section, and it would be $1. It was my dollar children's section thrift store yaoi. Okay, work time. I'm gonna, hold on. Muting for like 5 seconds so I can like get this. Thank God I muted, because I just dropped my mic. I'm talking like it was gone. It was gone. It was no more. Oh no. Okay, so it is work time. Right. Yes. Things will be fine. Things will be good. And then I can discuss my... Why the fuck is my drawing tablet on the... I definitely put that on the floor. I forgot why. Oh, for the books. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Oops. Anyway. So. I got some... I own some BL. And they're all from the thrift store, all of them, but they were in the children's section because they saw manga and they're like, yeah, I think we should put this right beside, you know, like Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Captain Underpants. That's where it goes. And it will be, I mean, it's, the ones I have were not just, they didn't show as much. Like they kind of obscured some things. It's to the point where it doesn't even need like the pixelation because it's not showing things specifically, but it was rated 18 and up. In the children's section, and so it's like, oh my god, yay, my thrift store yaoi. Wow, my thrift store yaoi, my thrift store children's section yaoi I bought for $1. They actually just changed our section in the past couple months, which hit or miss, because on one hand, whenever I go in, the manga is actually where it's supposed to be. They put up the soft covers now, so it's, the bad news is that it's an extra $2 because it's no longer in the children's section. The good news is that you're not having like teacher college students fucking each other manga in the children's section. That's always like a good thing, I would think. I just think it's really funny how it's like, oh yeah, like, oh my god, these cartoons, we're gonna put them in the children's section. They're gonna love it. I've seen some very, very raunchy descriptions in that children's section. Took them long enough. I ended up buying those like, I don't know, 7 years ago. It took them long enough, but it's fixed. You know, it's like a painful reminder for what could have been. What am I doing here on this? What? Okay. I think I've got a vision, and am I executing that? That kinda, not really. Well, it's being executed. Is it being executed well? Debatable. Depends on who you ask, really. Really depends on who you ask. But okay. Yeah, I definitely think that was too dark. Okay, and then I think just building this up would make it better. Probably? Question mark? I think. This should make it better. Yes. Okay, if I just do this, and then I... See, I've got the strategy, but I need to do it in, like, the right order. Then I just take that. Does that look good? You know, it's better than last nose. It's a lot better than last nose, and I think that in itself is a big win. A really big win. So, if it works, Okay, I'm not complaining about that, that's fine, There's a lot of things where it's like, most of these, the line art was really what needed to be fixed. This one is a little bit further than that. This one is, some of the things are kind of not good, and by that I mean, like, every facial feature is not to my liking. But, you know, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here to fix it up. Why are there... The eyebrows are really just alternate. Okay. One thing at a time. Yeah, it's definitely 25 is how it's gonna stay. Okay. I think it would be a little funny if, like, every single time it would decrease 5 minutes. And it's like, now you're working for 20. Now you're working for 15. I think that would be funny. But alas. It was not the case, which is better overall. That's, like, consistent. But also, I kind of worry. You kind of worry. You know, I've seen a lot that has really helped me work, where the streamer will have, their layout will kind of be, like, just chatting screen, and, like, you can't see the work, and a lot of the time it's because, like, sometimes it is genuinely, like, a project that they're working on behind the scenes where it's like, oh god, I desperately need to get this working, so I'm gonna do work stream, but, like, it's not something I can show right now for, like, contract reasons or for, like, you know, element of surprise. Anything like that. Sometimes that just happens. And it does end up working, but it is a little sad at the same time. Because I feel like I've not seen any where you can actually see what they're doing. Maybe I've just been seeing the wrong ones. Maybe my exposure is just the wrong ones, but I've never seen where you can actually see what they're doing. So, I'm also not too familiar with the whole co-working stream crowd. I just found out it was a whole category, and now it's like, oh my god, wait, I can actually look into this now. Whoa, that's cool. That's so cool. But for me, it's like, I feel like I just really wanted to be able to show it, even if, because it also gives it an excuse of, like, okay, bunkering down and doing the less interesting stuff, you know? Like, it's not time to make another emote. It's not time to start something over from scratch. It's not time to do a lot of shading, coloring. Like, all of that is for later. It's just get what you can done. Get caught up, at least to the point where it's mostly done. And then I can go in on my own and it will be a breeze fixing this up and uploading it. So, I don't know if that's what's normally done, but also, at the end of the day, does it really matter what's normally done? If it works for me, and if it works good, then it works good, you know? I feel like it's good to take inspiration from other people, see what they're doing. But if you've got something that no one else is doing, but it works for you, then do it. But also it could be like a norm, and I just haven't seen it much. Who knows? Whatever, it works. There's a I feel like, especially because, like, a lot of the time I'm really, like, hunkering down to work on something. There's a lot of work that I cannot do when watching other people's co-working streams, which is kind of I wish, but when a lot of it is, like, video and audio content, that's the stuff where it's like, I desperately wish I could. But I kind of need to, like, I need to be able to pay attention to the audio parts of this, so I can't. And like, I wish, but like, I do need to be paying attention to that. And so that's a lot of it. And this remains like one of the main things where it's productive. It's productive for everyone. If you have things you're working on and you're not working on it, I believe in you. I believe in you. You can continue with it. You can continue with it. If you're just chilling, that's cool. If you're just chilling, you're exempt. If you're trying to work and you're not working, well, we're already almost halfway through the working period. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Okay, what the fuck happened with my model there? Oops. Anyway, I think it's because I normally have it on some boxes, but after the hand cam last week, I adjusted my setup and I changed the boxes, and now like the light height is not what it normally is. It's higher up this time. And I think it's like not getting out. I don't know, the lighting in this place is fucking weird. All of this is fucking weird. I've tried every single light in this place. I've tried different desk positions. I have to use an external light. I cannot use any of the actual overhead lights. Because the positioning just kind of, it's gonna wash me out. It's gonna make it go in my face. The tracking barely works, trust me. Trust me. However well the tracking is on this, it's worse when I don't. Believe me. Believe me. Okay. I think this is... Okay. Alright. Is there... what layer is this on? It's on the highlight layer. Okay. If I just turn off the highlights for a little bit. I don't like that. That's soulless. I don't like that. It feels like... Who possessed me? Am I really me? I'm gonna look in the mirror and it's gonna be someone else piloting my body. Oh god, oh god, oh fuck. That's not good. But it's only for a minute, it's only for a minute. I just have to make sure that this is something worthwhile. It's only shortly. I'll be back soon. The light will return to my eyes once more. It's not all over. Okay. I see, I understand. Okay, I think this height is good, but the width is not. So I think I just have to make that a little bit wider, and then I think it's a vibe. This is kind of creepy in a way, but like I fuck with it the more I'm looking at it, but it's also like, this was not how it was meant to be. I did not expect it to make that much of a difference. Okay. Now it's like too pointy, like it needs more. I fix one thing, and then it's like, oh no. There's more to be adjusted. That's not good. That's fine. Okay. Here we go. Is that... You know what? It's better. It's not really like it's more catty, if anything. It's not really the... I'm gonna do a little thing that may be considered cheating. But especially because I'm gonna have to shrink this down anyway. I do have to shrink these down. Like the file ratios on this, the dimensions, that's what they are. The dimensions are not what they're supposed to be. I draw them too large so I can like do whatever the fuck I want to it. Yeah, actually, wait, that worked. Wait. Okay, that's kind of slay now. And then if I'm just gonna delete that. There we go. Alright, wow, yeah. And then I just make it look so that it's not, I don't know what's going on there. That's okay. I just take this, and then I can just adjust it in a bit. That's fine. And I take the shading here. And then I move that down. Yeah, no, it's gonna have to be redrawn for the most part. Okay. I take where is the highlight? Of course it's on the highlight layer, of course. Everything makes sense. Okay. Right. I think colored in. This could be something. This could be something good. I'm gonna take a sip of my drink. It's been a while. I take many sips. Everything's good. Oh well. I definitely am. One thing I was thinking was taking a couple minute break and having it on the long pomodoro break. And yeah, next time is gonna be you're gonna get a little bit longer of a break, but I'm gonna have to have like 4 minutes to put on the be right back screen. Whether I do that before or after the yapping depends on my energy, but it is rapidly dipping. It happens, it happens. Honestly, I'm not sure what's up with that. But this time, I think it's just because I didn't get the time to eat as much as I should have. I think that's a me thing. Always remember to make eating and hydration a priority, even if it's hard. Advice I can give to you, because I do not follow it. I should. I know I absolutely should. Do I follow it? Not really. Not really. But that's fine. It's not fine. I pretend like it's fine. Anyway, in any case. Right. The line, I think I don't want to look at this blank ass empty mouth much longer. I just want to get that in there. So I'm gonna I'm gonna adjust the color, make it more red, so it's probably more cohesive. Probably. Nah, it's not gonna work. Nah, maybe. Let's see how this looks. I forgot what color your tongues are. I'm not gonna lie, I just straight up forgot. I have no idea. I think I'll get that in, and then adjust it from there. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Brush a little bit larger. No. That's not it. But at the same time, I think I'm gonna get the rest of this in, and then I'm gonna see how that looks. And then I'm gonna use my best judgment to see how that is. Yeah, no, that's way too pink. Got it. Understood. You know, it's improvement, at least. Oh, this whole thing is on the pink. Here we go. Put it more on this side. And I can take a color that's like... Yeah, and now everything works. I think it's cool toned. That's my issue, is that's cool toned. I take that and I make it warm. Then... Yeah, that was my issue. Wow, color theory is a bitch, isn't it? I don't think this is even color theory. I think this is just like, it's a wrong thing. In the wrong place. But I'm not too worried. Okay. That's, Well... I'm looking at this and something's up here. Oh, I think oh, I flipped the colors around, didn't I? Oh well. You know what? Here we go. It's gonna take me a bit to get this adjusted, but that's okay. I feel like I'm basically just rewriting the facial features, but I did not like them. This is like my redemption arc, if you think about it. I'm having my redemption arc. I'm so back. I'm just gonna, and then once I get this sorted, I can get the, even before I adjust it. Here we go. That's the same color as, right, okay. Well, yeah, no, okay. Lighter, yes. Oh, that's tongue color, cool. So it wasn't that it was too pink. Great. That's a wide assortment of colors. Maybe that tongue needs to be lighter. I think? No, it's too light. Alright. Maybe the back needs to be... I can sort that out. Okay. I'm not too concerned. And then, I mean, I can add lines for this later on, right? Like, I don't have to do it right now. I think that will be fine. I think that's the go. I think so. I think so. I think so. Yeah, this is, you know what? This is my redemption arc. This is my redemption arc. I'm calling it now. This is my redemption arc. I'm back. I'm so back. We're so Joe back. Everything's good. Everything's okay. I can fix the worst of it. Okay, wow, wow. And I slim down his teeth and it will be good. And I do not need to worry about that. Yeah, shit, okay. My... Okay. I'm thinking like, okay, it's only like 6 minutes till next break. Okay. Okay. I did say I would have the break time for the next couple minutes. In a couple minutes, I'm gonna... Apologies. Be back in a couple minutes and then things will be good. And then we can... I'll be back to the yapping in a couple minutes. And I know it's not the breakdown, but like, oh my god. Sorry. I'll be back before you realize. Couple minutes. Trust. Thank you. I have returned. My apologies. Maybe this was the real comeback era of the century. I think I'm going to. You know what? Okay. What the fuck is going on here? Okay. Whatever. Hello. So, I'm just gonna keep an eye on the time because I'm actually going to restart the program on my end once it hits the end of the 10-minute yapping. So, 10-minute yapping. I just... You know. Apologies about that. I guess this is considered the long break. I mean, I took 4 minutes, so 11 minutes, and then 15-minute long break. It'll work out. If you're working, I hope your work is getting done. I hope you've also made some good progress. I'm making some good progress. I'm quite happy about that. Yeah, so apologies about that again. No idea why sometimes I just crash. Not too sure about what's going on there. Why I just end up like crashing, but there are times when I don't end up processing that my energy is not where it's supposed to be until it's already like happened and I'm like, oh shit, wait, I'm having a hard time talking. I do not have the energy to, like, I can't maintain this, what the fuck? And then like I go eat something, like I speed run some food, and then I'm fine for the next while, like 90% of the time. So, what's going on there? I don't know. Like I've been checked for some things, like it's fine. Medically it's fine. So I'm just like, okay, what the hell? What the fuck? But that's, in any case, that's not the yapping topic of the century, is it? That's kind of But in terms of, I actually had a list. I did have a list this time. I'm so prepared. I'm so well prepared. Another thing I ended up playing yesterday, I was trying to get out a video for YouTube. Trying to get one out. I had 2 separate work in progresses, and it's like, if I can finish one of these and get that out, I can have that, and then I have a week to finish the other one. It'll be fine. Just get it done. Just lock in, get it done. So I ended up doing that, but I was not doing it all in one go. I will admit I was taking a lot of breaks, partially because I could not get myself to do it. It's like straight ahead, several hours. That's how it usually is. Everything kind of takes me longer than it should, but I needed a game that was quick. I didn't have to think too much about selecting it, that was quick, and I could do it in between. So I'd be editing for like 25 minutes. Sort of what we're doing here. Actually, yeah, what we're doing here. Except I was doing it. I go to look on my shelf. I'm like, what do I have? I end up playing Cooking Mama. I swear to God, I have not played Cooking Mama since I was like 8. Um, so I go to play it, and it's like, I think this is probably gonna be easier as an adult. I have no idea if this is still gonna be interesting or not. Dear God, I hope it is. I hope it's still interesting. Um, I mean, yeah, I'm better at it as an adult, but it's also like, there's a little bit of a challenge sometimes. Not much, but like a little bit, enough to make it interesting. Like, oh wait, this is also fun when you're an adult. I didn't expect that. Um, and I'm happy now. I'm happy now. I have a couple of them. I think I used to have the first one. I don't know if we lost the cartridge or if my brother like begged me to own it because they should all be mine. I don't have that one. Oh, weird. But I used to play them. There's a lot of games I used to play that I have not touched in years. It feels like a lot of the last couple months or so have been sort of regaining things that I have not touched in quite a while, which it's been an interesting experience to say the least. It's been quite interesting. But I mean, most of the time it's been quite fun to sort of get my interests back and things like that. I do quite like it. I do quite like it. Honestly, like some of the things on the stream are just me, just like, oh yeah, I haven't touched this in a while. Let me see how it is. Let me see how it is. That's where you get a lot of stream games, I believe. Oh my god, I feel like I'm not prepared for Zatsudans. I always think like, oh yeah, I should probably. It would be a good idea. I think a Zatsudan would be fun. I think a dedicated chatting stream. Oh man, the art really is a crutch. I'm not built for it. I'm not built for it. But, I mean, I feel like I should probably just something to look at, right? So something to look at, even if I if it's please, thank you. There we go. We're on at least. I'm happier with how it's going. I'm a lot happier with this. But we still have, what time is it on it? Yeah, we still have a little bit of yapping. You can't get rid of me that easily. You still have a little bit of break in between your work. But God, yeah, there's a lot of things that I've really been wanting to get into recently, and a lot of games where it's like, believe me, I do actually have a lot of games that I think would be really, really fun to play on stream. Quite a few of them. And some of them are just like, with the hardware I have, this is not the most feasible. And some of them are like, I totally could. I'm just doing other games right now. I was essentially just trying a bunch of genres until something sticked. And the one that's really been working the most is like stat raisers and RPGs have been working the best for me. So I think, like, yeah, I'd like to do other things, but I mean, at least that's good because I have a lot of them. Oh my god, the fucking RPG backlog. We can be here for months. And it will still be new things. I mean, ideally at that point, maybe I would have gotten something different that is not just games I already own. But if that's how it has to be, that's how it has to be. I'm just happy to be there. I was very notorious as a kid for not like finishing my games. I would start them and then I would never finish them. Pokemon White was not one of them. I had never played it to begin with. The cartridge is my brother's cartridge, so I never played it to begin with because one safe output cartridge is kind of a bitch to get through. But I do have Pokemon games I only played like a little bit and then never really finished, which is like, it's a shame. But it is what it is. Sometimes that's just how life works. I was so bad at finishing games. Oh my god, most of the things I've played, I haven't even gone like halfway through. I would start an RPG, and I would like forget about it. Maybe like I'd forget about it like 30% into it, and then I'd go and play Fire Emblem Fates for another 50 hours, And I'm not joking. I might have 400 hours in Fire Emblem Fates. I might actually have like 400 hours. I used to play that constantly as a kid. But that is how it is. That is how it is. Oh god, I'm like slowly regaining my energy. No idea what the fuck is happening there, but to be fair, I made food. And then I fucked up the setup. The setup was so ass I didn't get the chance to eat it, so that was probably what got me. I think this is just not my day, but I hope y'all are having a blast. I hope y'all are still having fun. I hope at least it is useful to get work done. That's kind of like the intention. And hey, if this is scuffed, if this is really scuffed, that's an excuse to get it done again. That's just an excuse for more. But we're about to... Yeah, I've been checking the time. I've been kind of keeping my eye on the time. Keeping an eye on the timer. I think that's about 10. Yeah, it's about 10. About 10. Alright. It's... You know what? It's work time. Whatever pops up on the timer. Actually, I'm gonna restart it first. Hold on. You have until the timer goes on the screen. Good luck. I believe in you. Okay, service restarted. Okay. This is running on localhost on my own computer. Is it gonna work? There we go. We're back on. Regained. It's work time. I think. I was doing the mouth. I think I'll just... Do I want to continue on the mouth, or do I want to look for other things? I think the mouth. Yeah. I mean, hell. I would say normally I do it better than this, but, do I really? It's a whole learning experience. Okay, I think I'm gonna sort of, yeah. It's messy, but then we can fix it. I can't draw a straight line to save my fucking life. Maybe if you think about it, can't draw a straight line. Happy Pride Month. This is my... Okay. Alright. I had a point there. I was not following through. Okay. Yeah, I've been, normally the setup is fine and it works better, but sometimes you just had your days. Not every day is gonna be a winner. That's how it works. Right. This isn't even on the lineart layer. Okay, that's fine. Oh my god. Wow, this is a mess. I felt frazzled like half the stream the whole time. Okay. Well, in any case, it's more work. It's more work to be done. That is our goal, to get as much done as we can. And then it will be good. We'll get more done. I'm gonna take another sip to make sure. I did indeed just drink most of the juice box. Okay. Quick hits. See, you gotta have the juice gets your energy up fast, and then everything else I just ate is gonna make it in slower. It'll work. I'm still figuring this out. Okay. But yeah, this thing's a mess. You know, I'm actually just gonna... That's for later. Me. I saw something that was, like, fucked. I think, yeah, lineart layer. Yeah. Okay. I think this will be fine. I think definitely for the future, now that I've got it done once, I can technically do this again, not that often, but I can do this maybe like once a month, once every couple months. If I need to. Once every couple months feels like Like, yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen. But like, it's not something I intend to do all the time. But in this case, it really was needed. It really was. Yeah, that's on. There's something going on here. What's this? Where is this? Where are you? Where? Oh my god. It's somewhere. Oh, okay. Of course it is. That makes more sense. Has been found and can therefore be dealt with. Yay, the world is healing. Okay, alrighty. I'm quite happy with this. Okay, I think I'm noticing some of the things that make me not the biggest fan. If I darken the shading, because it feels like everything's a little bit too flat for my liking. So I just kind of darken that up a little bit. And then I add brighter highlights. I really think that's gonna be the go. I really think that's the go here. It's a plan. Will it work? Who knows? I think that is to be determined, to be figured out. I really do think that. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's good. And then whatever the fuck is going on up here. Oh, those are too thin. The more I look at this, the more it's like, wow. This was not a good day for me when I originally made this. I'm not happy. I mean, I'm not as happy with this as I should be, but that's where you get the chance to fix things up, make it better, you know. And if this stream doesn't go that well, there are always chances to make it better. Technically, if this doesn't do well, I can just do this again sooner than I expected. See, that works out. Make sure everything's not scuffed. I mean, to be fair, everything was all set up. I was about to hit go live, and then everything broke. So, not too happy about that. But that's how the world works. Sometimes that's the way the world spins. Yeah. I think it'll be fine. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to realize what the fuck is going on. I think it's like, oh shit, wait, I feel sick. Okay. I'm still determining, like, am I gonna have to cap this? Am I gonna have to cap this? I can put this on the list to do sooner rather than later. Do another coworking stream and then learned from that.